Good evening, class. My name is Oscar Rodriguez, and today I'll be training you guys on improving listening skills. I know what you guys are thinking. Listening skills? I'm a pretty good listener, but the truth is, we can all improve our listening skills, whether it's in the workplace or whether it's in our personal life. Listening is very important and it can make or break relationships. There's also a difference between listening and hearing somebody, and I'm going to go over those differences with you guys as well. One of the things is tips on improving listening skills. There's three things that I like to use that will improve your listening skills. Now, the first one is going to be to write something down. I know that it can get chaotic in the workplace, and sometimes people call you or people tell you something, and you might not hear it the first time, or you might not understand it, so you write it down and you can go back to it. For example, I've had instances where somebody calls and they say, "Hello, my name is John. I was just calling to see if Steve was in his office today." And I'll say, "Yes, he's in," or "No, he's out. I can take a message. Can I tell him to call you back?" And they'll say, "Yes, can you tell him to call me back?" And then you would have to say, "What was your name again?" That right there makes them feel like they were not listened to in the beginning after they specifically told you their name was John, that you ignored them. But if you write it down right away, you can always go back and say, "Hey John, I'll tell him to call you back," or "John, I'll give him the message," and it makes them feel acknowledged. When you listen to them by the name, when you call them by the name, it shows that you listen to them initially. So just like you guys, whenever you go into the store and they say, "Hey, would you like to try our promotion?" or anything like that, and they make conversation with you, if they acknowledge you by your name, it makes you feel welcomed and like they acknowledged and listened to you. The next thing you want to do is let somebody know you're listening to them. Writing down and repeating their names will let them know that you actually listen to them, but you also need to let them know as they're talking. So many people will call you and they'll ramble or they'll talk to you about certain situations, and you give them reassurance. You say, "I see," or "Yes, I understand," or, keep going. You don't want to use the same one over and over. You can't just say, "I see, I see, I see." You don't want to be repetitive with that. So you kind of change it up, let them know that you're listening to them and that they're being acknowledged as well. The next thing you want to do is repeat information back to them. This is one of the most effective ways, I believe, because it makes it seem like you listen to what they initially said, you're repeating back to them, and you're making sure, double checking what they said you listened to and processed. For example, if somebody calls you and says, "Hey, I need to order 25 boxes of college ruled notebooks, green, black, and red." And you might say, "Okay, I'll get that for you right away." Hang up the phone or walk away, and then you think, "Oh, did he want orange, or what were the three colors?" Then you have to go back and you have to tell the person, "What was it again that you wanted to order?" After they told you. Once again, they feel ignored, and that relationship can suffer from that. So what you want to do is write it down, let them know you're listening, and repeat it back. So if they say, "Hey, I need 25 boxes of green, red, and black," write down green, red, and black, and then at the end say, "Hey, I have you down for 25 cases of college ruled notebooks of green, red, and black." If they say yes, or they say, "No, not black, I wanted blue," then you can change it up from there. But it's better to change it there than to go back and fix the problem that could have been prevented in the first place. This can all be done in the workplace and make it way more efficient and effective, and let you know that you get the correct stuff done. This could also be done used in your personal life as well. I use them in both. And honestly, this has helped me so much. I know you guys aren't going to get this down right away, but if you practice these little tips that I'm giving you guys and other tips that I'm going to be giving you guys throughout the training session, it will improve your listening skills, and all of this will become second nature. So after a while, somebody tells you something, you'll write down their name right away, or you'll catch yourself saying "mm-hmm," or "I see," acknowledging them, and you'll catch yourself repeating, even if you are 100% sure that you heard them correctly. You always want to repeat, so the customer or the person on the other end of the phone can see that you listen to all their demands. So I hope you guys enjoy this training session that we're going to be doing today. We'll be covering all these tips, and we'll be covering more tips in the training session. Thank you.